The story begins at a busy construction site where a tough, quiet man named Levon is working with his team. He's the kind of man who leads by example, strong, focused, and respected. The company he works for is run by the Garcia family, and Levon isn't just another employee. He treats the Garcias like his own family. One morning, while the workers are getting ready to start, Levon sees something disturbing. Some local thugs are harassing one of his crew members. He tries to deal with them calmly at first, asking them to back off. But when they don't listen and keep beating the man, Levon acts fast. He throws a bucket of nails at them, then steps in and fights them off with brutal efficiency. Even when more of the gang shows up, he handles them all. When the young man he saved asks how he did it, Levon just shrugs and tells him to get back to work. A teenage girl named Jenny, daughter of the Garcias, watches from a distance. She doesn't say much, but asks Levon if he'll always have her back. He promises he will. Away from work, Levon is fighting a different battle. He's trying to stay close to his daughter, Mary. She's living with her grandfather, a stern old man named Dr. Roth, who blames Levon for the death of his daughter, Levon's wife. Roth believes Levon got her killed, but the truth is more painful. She died by suicide while they were both serving in the military. Levon's lawyers warn him that Roth has money and powerful lawyers who are trying to keep him away from Mary. But Levon won't back down. He's determined to fight for his daughter no matter what. One weekend, Jenny goes out to a nightclub with her friends. While they're having fun, two dangerous criminals, Viper and Artemis, are watching. They're looking for a young girl to kidnap for their twisted boss. When Jenny tries to help a drunken friend outside the club, they grab her. She's taken, her mouth sealed with a glue trap, and thrown into a van. On Monday morning, Levon gets a visit from Jenny's parents. They're terrified. Jenny hasn't come home since Friday, and they don't trust the police to help. They know about Levon's past. He used to be a Green Beret. He knows how to track people and handle danger. But Levon says he left that life behind. Still, something inside him can't ignore their pain. He later visits an old friend, Gunny, a fellow soldier who lost his eyesight during a mission. Gunny's grateful to Levon for saving his life back then. They talk about the situation with Jenny. Soon after, Levon returns to the Garcias' home. He looks Jenny's father in the eye and says what needs to be said. He's going to bring her back. Levon begins his search at the club where Jenny was last seen. He tracks down a bartender named Johnny who has ties to the criminal underworld. Levon storms into his apartment and uses harsh methods, waterboarding, to make Johnny talk. Just then, two of Johnny's friends arrive and hear his screams. Levon acts fast. He uses Johnny as a human shield while the others shoot, then takes them out in a deadly shootout. The three bodies are later discovered by a high-ranking gangster named Wolo, a captain in a powerful Russian crime family known as the Bratva. Levon's next move is bold. He sneaks into Wolo's mansion and finds him abusing his wife. Without hesitation, Levon knocks him out, ties him to a chair, and suspends it over a swimming pool. He threatens to cut the rope if Wolo screams. During the intense interrogation, Wolo mutters something in Russian, mentioning a man named Dimi. Levon cuts the rope and lets him fall. Wolo drowns. When Wolo's body is found, his brother, Simon, head of the Bratva, is furious. He sends his two sons, Danya and Vanko, to hunt down Levon. To get closer to Dimi, Levon pretends to be a drug dealer and sets up a meeting with a powerful dealer named Dutch. At first, Dutch doesn't trust him and sends his men to test Levon, but they're quickly defeated. Impressed, Dutch agrees to a meeting, and he and Levon find common ground. They're both former soldiers. Dutch introduces Levon to some of Dimi's people, including the dangerous Artemis and another man named Dougie. Meanwhile, Jenny is being held at a hidden compound. She's brought to a sick man named Mr. Broward, who intends to harm her. But Jenny isn't helpless. She pretends to be unconscious, then bites a piece of his cheek off. He's furious, and her situation becomes even more dangerous. Levon eventually meets Dimi at a biker bar, still pretending to be in the drug trade. But Artemis sees him on the security cameras and alerts the others. Levon steals a motorcycle and races into the forest, but crashes into a police car. The bad news? These cops, Sergeant Trask and Deputy Detweiler, are working for the criminals. They hand Levon over to Simon's sons. Inside a van, Levon is beaten and tied up, but he fights back with everything he has. In the chaos, a gun goes off and kills the driver. Levon grabs the weapon and kills both brothers. He escapes and pushes the van into a river. Later, Simon identifies the bodies of his sons and vows revenge. This time, it's personal. Back in town, the enemy tracks down Dr. Roth's house. When Roth doesn't pick up Mary from school, Levon senses something is wrong. He rushes to the house. It's on fire. He saves Roth from the burning building. Roth blames Levon for the danger that keeps following him, but Mary speaks up. She reminds her grandfather that Levon just saved his life. With nowhere else to go, Levon brings Mary to stay safely with Gunny and his wife. At the compound, things are getting worse for Jenny. Artemis and Viper are ordered to kill her because she fought back. But Jenny is smart. She causes their car to crash in the woods, escapes her restraints, and runs. Sadly, when she finds a police car, it's Trask and Detweiler again, the same dirty cops. They take her right back to the compound. Broward still wants Jenny, but this time he demands she stay awake for what he plans. Meanwhile, Simon goes to Demi's nightclub to warn him. His gun-happy henchman fires shots into the air to scare everyone. Simon tells Demi that Levon is coming for him, and there's no stopping it. And Simon is right. That night, Levon arrives and shoots Demi through the hand so he can't grab a weapon. He forces Demi to lead him to the compound. Once there, Demi tries to justify his actions, saying someone else would be doing the same thing if it wasn't him. Levon doesn't buy it. He kicks Demi into a creek and finishes him off. Now it's time for the final assault. Levon throws a grenade to shake the compound, then storms in. He takes out the guards with deadly skill. But Dutch and his biker gang show up, hired to help stop Levon. After a brutal battle, Levon kills the bikers and faces Dutch in a one-on-one knife fight. It's intense and personal. In the end, Levon kills Dutch but nods in respect. Two warriors, one last fight. Inside, Jenny is still fighting for her life. Broward is about to attack her again, but Levon bursts in and kills him. Jenny uses all her strength to choke Artemis, while Levon crushes Viper's neck in a brutal takedown. Together, they survive. But it's not over. Carp, Simon's crazed henchman, is still outside with more goons. The dirty cops arrive too, but Carp, thinking they're real police, guns them down and blows up their car. Levon moves fast, taking out the remaining enemies and finding a motorcycle for their escape. As Levon and Jenny ride off, Simon watches from a distance. He calls his brother, Yuri, for help. But Yuri has seen enough. He tells Simon to let it go. The devil got what he came for. No one is going to help him now. Simon screams in frustration, left alone in his rage. Levon brings Jenny home. Her family embraces her, crying tears of joy and relief. Her father and mother thank Levon with all their hearts. Later, Levon returns to Gunny's home to reunite with Mary. As they sit down for breakfast, Gunny smiles and tells him the words Levon has been longing to hear. "You're finally home."